This year, Bangladesh celebrates 50 years of independence, but South Asian nation faces number of challenges, not least of which is catering for nearly 1 million Rohingya refugees who fled persecution in neighboring Myanmar. I am Selene Şinçay, and I've been talking to Bangladeshi ambassador to Turkey, Mosud Monnan, One-on-One Express. Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much for sparing time for us today.
You are most welcome.
There are currently hundreds of thousands of Rohingya refugees coming from neighboring Myanmar, and Turkey and Bangladesh already agreed on working together regarding this issue. How is it going for the moment, the cooperation between Turkey and Bangladesh?
This is a very pertinent question of current time, so thank you very much for making it. We are collaborating or cooperating very well. You know, Turkey was one of the first countries in the world who came forward and supported the displaced Rohingyas who crossed the boundary between Myanmar and Bangladesh on 25th August 2017. The Honorable First Lady Mrs. Erdogan, she visited Bangladesh along with Honorable Foreign Minister and showed their support, offered their help, both financial as well as moral and political. From the very beginning, Turkey has been very active in providing diplomatic help in a big way in different international fora, including the United Nations, OIC, and other organizations. Even when Gambia, very friendly country Gambia, brought this question of the refugees or the displaced Rohingyas coming into Bangladesh to the International Court of Justice, Turkey was one of the countries who also favored on this very point the stand or the plight of the Rohingya population and helped financially, and also you can easily guess that media has been very vocal from the beginning. Along with the people of Turkey, NGOs have been very supportive as well. So the government, the NGO, the normal public and the media all have been supporting us from 2017 in a big way. And that's why I have to say that we are very grateful on behalf of the government and the people of Bangladesh, as well as the displaced, unfortunate people of, the Rohingyas. We want to thank Turkey for their all-out support. And it has been really meaningful, but you know the recent developments in Myanmar. So we are not sure what is going to happen now, because we were trying through both bilateral and multilateral effort to solve this issue through peaceful negotiation. We had many meetings in Bangladesh, at the United Nations, in other international fora, as well as flying all the way to the capital of Myanmar. But since it hasn't been solved yet, actually much hasn't taken place, so we are not sure with the political change in Myanmar what is going to happen. But we hope for the best, and we look forward to receive continued support on the position of Bangladesh and for the people of, we call Rohingya, from the displaced people of Myanmar, known as Rohingyas.
Bangladesh is a growing economy with an emphasis on sustainable development. What sort of cooperation Dhaka seek from Ankara?
For this point, sustainable development has a big definition and meaning. Bangladesh is doing very well, as you know. On 26 February this year, we have, graduated from LDC to developing country. You all know that. And that's why we have more responsibility towards our people and towards the world at large. And when you talk about sustainable development, it covers many issues. So since Turkey has already been doing pretty well in this particular avenue, so we will learn from their experience, and we will collaborate not only in issues related to environment, energy, and handling of different topics which are related to these issues. We will also try to enlighten our new generation using the university education, the scholarships that are already offered by the government and different institutions of Turkey. This is one. Then when we do business together, to maintain sustainable development, you have to follow some ethics as well as some rules, regulations that we will also try to follow together. Some of them are framed in international bodies where both of us are member. So where we can, in framing new policies and new rules, we can work together. And finally, to make our people aware, we can try to take the successful or success stories of Turkey and promote it, or through the media, make it available for further awareness of our people. Because sustainable development, to reach and then to promote and then to go further, is actually a challenging thing. You can see the first Millennium Development Goals, it was not so easy to achieve. Only few handful countries achieved it by 2015. Some continued. And then came the SDGs, which has a target of 2030. So if we want to get all these things done, we have to learn from friendly and successful countries like Turkey, and at the same time, on some aspects where we did well and we are doing well under the SDG goals, we have to also share our success stories with Turkey. So it is I will say it is a situation where we can learn from each other depending on our level of development, and we can exchange information as well as success stories for our people, so that there is less mistake done on the way of achieving further.
Bangladesh and Turkey right now looking forward to opening a new chapter in economic relations. What would that entail?
If you ask me, since I'm the new ambassador, and in the last few years, you know, Turkey and its big companies have already started investing in Bangladesh, like Koch Group. So we look forward that other big companies after Koch, with their success stories in Bangladesh, will be encouraged to come forward, and the total amount of investment in Bangladesh will be further increased. This is number one. This is for investment. And then there are opportunities with our success stories in some sectors. We will have joint venture. So you will have partners, and then, I mean, you means Turkey, will have partners in Bangladesh, and depending on the comparative advantage of capital, land, management, policy, we will invest in each other's country and reap the benefit. Thirdly, that is, I always preach this thing, two countries can do joint venture and target a region of the world where same kind of things are not produced, which we produce of high quality, Turkey and Bangladesh. And with our expertise, we will have a win-win situation by doing business with that country or that region. From those people, since they don't, those countries I mean, they don't produce these commodities, they will reap the benefit by buying from us because they have the money, and from our side we'll provide them the best products at a competitive price. So this is another thing, targeting third country, working together. And finally, we should also think about the regular business that we are already involved in. We are in some sectors, Turkey is exporting to us, in some sectors we are importing, we are also exporting to Turkey. So these things we can, through nice negotiation, we can further expand. Very recently, say, this is a newly developed, sector. I visited Afyon, which is famous for white marble. And as an emerging economy and very fast growing economy, Bangladesh has a very big middle class. And they want to also have buildings, new buildings for their offices, for staying. Some of them are into the business of real estate, so apartment buildings with many flats. They will like to use that kind of marble. So now if they have a price which is comparatively advantageous as to procure this kind of building material, white marble or other marbles from Turkey, I just gave one city as example, it will be fantastic. So not only what we used to do or we have just started, we should also try to further whatever is already on the table to expand its volume with more competitive advantage by negotiation. And finally, in some sectors, because you are already a developed country and we have just started working there, so we should also start considering to do some assembling of some factories or some products in Bangladesh with the capacity building being made available by Turkey. Say Bangladesh wants to start producing car. At the beginning, maybe we will assemble some of your brand cars or trucks or buses which you produce, if you do, in Bangladesh, and then one day you will hand us over the technology and we will actually manufacture the whole thing in Bangladesh. I'm just giving you an example because it happened in many countries. I have seen when I was in China that even Mercedes-Benz went and started their plant for comparative advantage. You know, labor and other, and capital was made available in China. So many things can happen since Bangladesh is one of the five fastest growing economy in the world. So maybe we will be able to attract even your private sector in such a way that some of the commodities, I just gave the example of vehicle, but it can be anything else, they will think, why not Bangladesh? Because price of labor and capital are available there. So this is the fifth advantage or fifth way where we can have a win-win situation, and as you said, what it entails that we are going to do. How can we materialize and really Bangladesh can become further, enriched with success. This is the ways and means, I think. It comes off the cuff to me. And when I presented my credential in December to Honorable President Mr. Erdogan, he also told that we should have a target, which actually we spoke about for a long time, to double the business we already have. And that is actually to reach 2 billion target. I think not only 2 billion, it can be even further more if we can cover all the avenues of business, joint venture, and investment, and draw the attention of not just government to government, private sector also in a big way, from Turkey to Bangladesh and from Bangladesh to Turkey, to jointly do many things.
Mr. Ambassador, Bangladesh became an independent country in 1971, and this year it's Jubilee year. Could you please tell us about the achievements so far and the challenges Bangladesh still faces?
Our success story first is in the field of empowering people. First, what we did, we came out of the war-ravaged economy because everything was destroyed. In 9 months, we lost 3 million lives. And infrastructure of the country, roads, highways, bridges, were all destroyed. Currency was burned in the central bank. So altogether, it was a very devastating situation. So by the first 10 years, we started sending our people abroad to work and to make a name. And now Bangladesh is a name, and we have more than 10 million people working abroad, sending billions of dollars as remittance. And many of them have settled abroad and become successful entrepreneurs, small, medium, and big. Starting from European countries, the West, now in Middle East in a bigger number, and into Malaysia, Australia, Canada, many places, not just Europe and USA. But now you can see that our women are doing at university level no less than the man. They are doing pretty well. They have become now even judges, not just permanent secretary. They have got big senior position in not only police, even in the army, Air Force. They are even not only normal jet plane flying pilot, they are also flying, Air Force planes, fighter jets. You can see they are becoming university rector, Chamber of Commerce president, and above all, our leaders are now mainly women. So if you now ask me about the challenges, our challenges is to, overcome first now in this situation, to work together and overcome the challenge of corona, because it is also now having not only a physical impact and some deaths in Bangladesh or Turkey, it is also having mental. If you are all the time staying at home, nothing to do much, children are not going to school, college, or offices are not as engaged as it is used to be. Business is suffering, no travel almost, and then hotels are suffering, airlines are suffering. It's not good. We should give emphasis on skilled labor development, because many of the Bangladesh workers abroad don't have skill already developed. They go and learn on job. If they already have acquired some skill, then they get from the beginning more pay and they are respected more.
And finally, Mr. Ambassador, Bangladesh is a very well-known country with its rich culture and literature. Could you please tell us more about this for TRT World audience?
Oh, thank you. This is my favorite topic. And since I am in the country of Alliance of Civilization, Turkey and Spain, they started this initiative more than 10 years ago, much more actually. And you have been very successful. Alliance of Civilization is actually an attempt to bring different culture and different faith, different religion together, close together. They become close, misunderstandings evaporate, and we became one world in the sense of becoming brothers and sisters and of one humankind, which has been a challenge to the world, and which to some extent is the source of many conflicts. I will not say all conflicts, many conflicts. So you can just see that how important it is to have peace in the country if you have such a big population with diverse or different kind of religion or cultural practices. Bangladesh is a role model in that, always peaceful. I go to my Hindu friend's wedding. I invite him to my religious festival like Eid. You know what is Eid? The two Eids that we celebrate in Turkey and Bangladesh or in other Muslim countries in a big way. And then when there is a Christian friend of mine doing Christmas with a big party, I'm not missing it. And sometimes when I go to the hill tracts where we have our big hills, mountains, we have the Buddhist people. I love to go and see their temple and listen to their, how they practice their religion, or look at the Buddhist, big statue and everything, because he was also from the subcontinent when we were all together. So culture has bound us, even after many of the Bengalis have migrated in different countries, but through culture and language. Now I go to language. How powerful language is, because for language movement, we gave life in 1952 when Bengali people were part of Pakistan. And then we started our struggle for our more, parity and emancipation of Bengali nation. Ultimately, in 71, through a war of liberation, we got our independence. In 12 months, we have many festivals and many kinds of rituals to perform in the form of eating, dancing, music, and all these things are fantastic. So you see how powerful Bangla culture and literature is. I gave you, and also the practice in everyday life, our religion.
Mr. Ambassador, it was a great pleasure to having you with us. Thank you very much for talking to TRT World.
Thank you very much.